Hi, Earth-5D family. Welcome back for another video. It's JG here with Earth-5D. Welcome to my home where we're going to be talking about 5D beautiful topics to help improve our lives. I'm JG and you might know me from my tarot channel where we do tarot readings about love and relationships and about our human potential. And so I want to talk today about taking back your life. What does it mean to take back your life? So maybe some of you didn't realize that it was gone. So during this time, as of late, right, during this time of quiet, during this time of a spiritual forced retreat, some people used to spend tons of money to go on retreat and to have solitude, and lo and behold, now it's just happening. So I wanted to talk about what it means to take back your life, so let's dig right in. All right, guys, so this topic of taking back your life. So if you've noticed, there's been a lot of thinking, there's been a lot of thinking out there that has been imposed upon you. So we're starting to see that in our outer reality. We're starting to see that there's belief systems that are falling apart. So during that time, when you see things that are kind of unwinding and unraveling in our outer world, that can seem like a scary time, right? But this is a call to discover that your mind is a powerful creator of your own reality and is the only creator of your reality. So the way our mind processes information comes from our subconscious, and our subconscious comes from our DNA coding. And that can come from your family, that can come from your society, it can come from your past lives and your future lives and all the lives happening simultaneously. So that energy lives inside of you in your DNA. And so all of those beliefs and thoughts shape your outer world. And so what I would like you to realize today is that when you take responsibility for your thoughts and take authority over your thoughts, then you can begin to change your outer reality. So emotions, yes, emotions are one of the biggest distractions that take us out of our thinking process, because energy and emotion rushes over us, waves of it, and we get terrified, and sometimes we get confused. Oftentimes we get confused. So I'm here to just let you know that no matter what is happening today, when you get to this video, in love, in your career, with your finances, with your stability in life, and that with thought, you can change your outer world. And with taking ownership of thought and finding out where thought comes from, so you can remove and change your thinking, then you can change your life. So think about that for a moment. So this whole concept of stealing back your life, I noticed that most people walking the earth today don't realize how powerful they are. They don't realize that within themselves, they are mini generators to create reality. And so oftentimes we get influenced by now more than ever, by our society, right? Fear, 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 or illusion, illusion, illusion. So what someone else's reality is their reality, you know? And it's based on their own thoughts. And that's so personal and it's so complex, you know? And so we cannot look outside of ourselves to create what we want. We must go within. We must do an audit. We must look within and find out the areas that aren't lining up with what you want in your outer world. So this is a turn within. And as you turn within, inward, then you realize that your thoughts, like Mike Dooley says, create things. So I was deeply inspired this morning by a video by a lady by the name of Joanna Macy. And she looks elderly. I bet she's probably in her 80s right now. This video was from probably, it looked like the first shift in consciousness, the 2012 movement, which was the first shift in human consciousness. So basically what she was saying in this video, and there's so much, I highly encourage, I'll link it down below. I highly encourage you to watch it. I don't have a community page yet on Earth-5D University because you need 1,000 subscribers, and we're working it, right? We're getting there. So I can't post it in the community page, but I can post it down below. So essentially, what her message is, it's vast, but one of the key points that I took from it this morning was the fact that she's saying that and she gathered this information, let me preface this, from a Tibetan monk in India. And he's a teacher of hers. And so he's telling her a story of the myth of the Shambhala rainbow warriors. And the Shambhala rainbow warriors, part of this myth is that the problems right now on the earth were created by the mind. And so the problems and the solutions to the problems on earth can also be created with your mind. So this is an exercise of perception. This is an exercise of learning to get in your power of mind and of thought, so that you can choose a higher thinking thought, so that you can feel something different. So in some of the Abraham Hicks materials, Abraham teaches feel something bigger, feel something bigger. For me, and it's just the way I've experienced life, I have to get my head there. And once my head is in the right spot, once my head is processing something from a higher frequency, like simply saying, I actually got shot by the news. I don't purposely watch the news, but sometimes it just shoots across my reality. I got shot by a piece of negative information, or a piece of negative information crossed my mind. How do I want to react to that? What do I want to believe from that thought? Because I have a choice. I'm creating outer reality. So your reactions, pay attention to them. So what this Buddhist monk was teaching was that you have a choice in your mind to create love, or you have a choice in your mind to create discord. And everything. Even like, say you're thinking about a person that you love that you're not with, and that you want to be with. Can you just feel all the thoughts that you have about that person? So many thoughts. Some of them are completely not even real. Just things you're making up. So, but those things become outer reality. Those thoughts become a thing in your outer world. So I want to help you get relief by taking an audit, by stealing back your mind, by saying, I'm not going to let something external tell me who I am. So I once heard a spiritual teacher say the most important thing you could ask yourself is, who am I? Who am I? And most people think, oh my God, if I ask myself, who am I? I'm like a basket case, right? There's like all kinds of things inside of me that I don't enjoy about myself. I must be so broken. I must be so X, Y, and Z. But really what I have come to understand through my vast spiritual journey is that when you look within, what you find is something absolutely infinite. You find something of sheer gold, and that is your infinite soul. So when you turn within, it's not like you're going to get hit by this ugly ego monster, which is sometimes what I think spirituality kind of focuses, like, I understand ego has a place and sometimes it spins out of control, right? But that's something separate. We're talking about your inner being, the place that you go within, the watcher of your reality, that I say, the person looking through your eye, the entity, the being looking through your eyes, observing the world. And so when you go within, that's when you begin to see that what's in there is actually like this vibrant warehouse, it's unending, limitless warehouse of tools and belief systems and connections to other realms to help you to navigate this place, this dense 3D arena that we're in, this dense 3D place of consciousness. And so these are all tools to bring your life back, to rein it in, to bring it in. And so when you go within, and for instance, let me give you an example. So let's say in your life right now, you're not excited about the fact that you don't have like a significant other that you love in your life. You know, like you're wanting someone special in your life, but they're not there. And so when something pops up on your screen of reality that you don't like, you want to say to yourself, I must be thinking a whole bunch of thoughts around this that is precluding, that is not allowing this person to enter my reality, or a person to enter your reality. And that's when you want to take an audit, and you want to get honest about, like, what do I really believe? Do I believe that all men are going to hurt me? Do I believe that there's no good men out there, that they're all taken? Do I believe, there's so many societal beliefs, let alone what your mom told you and your girlfriends told you, or your boyfriends, depending on who's watching this, about what you can and can't have, and what is real and isn't real. So why do we have to have so many opinions about things, right? Why can't we just kind of be open? So when you go within and you take an audit of what your beliefs are, then you can get help to remove them. And you can ask your light family to help you change those beliefs to, it's so easy for me to find someone loving. There's so many good men out there, and they're always in front of me. They're always in my path. Now, this sounds like law of attraction, and in some ways it is, but this is much different than that, because what we're talking about here is taking control of your power. And so it isn't like a magical force out there, like some strange magical force that's helping you do this. It's you. You are the magical force. You are that. You are the generator of reality. So that's what I'm feeling like is the message for today, is that when you take back your power, when you take back your mind, steal your mind back, take your mind back, think autonomously. Do not believe what X, Y, and Z tells you. Go within and check. Feel it within yourself. Know your truth. I had a comment on my tarot channel yesterday, and I just happened to come across my reality. I was teaching my girls, and the notification popped up, and I do read a lot. I read almost all the comments. So the comment was like, these are all positive readings, and in reality, nothing's happening. And my immediate reaction was like, wow, that's really negative. Whoa. But I mean, we all get there. We all get negative at times. And so I responded back. I said, oh, that's such a sad reality. It's such a good thing that you are in control of it, your reality. It's so good that you can create a different reality. And I said, I'm just reminding you of something you forgot, that this is your show. You are the director. You're the writer, you're the director, and you're also the producer. So you might say, well, where does the universe fit into that? The universe is simply supporting you, is backing you up, because you are the universe. You are the universe. You're a soul traveler here on Earth to create, to liberate yourself, to liberate others. Okay, guys, so steal back your life, take back your power today by taking back your mind and remembering that if these human problems were created from the mind of men and women, the humanity, then they can also be uncreated. They can be thought differently. If a group consciousness thinks a similar thought for long enough, it will change. It'll change the whole reality that you'll experience. And even you alone, you just change it yourself. You don't need 100 or 100,000 people. Hey guys, I put my glasses on. Actually, I don't really need them now. So it doesn't take 100,000 people. It can, you can get 100,000 people. You could get any amount of people to change reality. But my whole point here is that you hold that power within to change reality. You, my friend, you with your thoughts, you learn to own what you believe. If you believe, let's say you believe that, it's really altruistic. It's very altruistic of me. It's very good of me to stay humble in poverty, not have a lot of things, because people with a lot of things, they're not always very nice. Well, there's some people who have a lot of things that are extremely nice, that are loving the planet, that are giving back to the planet, giving back to consciousness. So try to also be aware of how you're limiting yourself with seemingly altruistic thoughts. Like, especially deprivation. What are you depriving yourself of? And ask yourself why. You know, why are you depriving yourself? You're this powerful generator of reality. So what do you want to create? Even though it feels like right now, the mind of men and women right now have created something that most people, it's not a very happy situation, right? But that doesn't mean that we're locked into that. That doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to create your day just the way you want it, even within the certain restrictions, So you have to kind of play with your reality to discover, okay? Now, the last part of this, and then I'll end the video, is that because we're here on Earth in this density, we really do feel like quite disconnected from our light family, our soul family, our angels, the angelic realm. They call it whatever word you feel comfortable with, your spirit guides. But you have a whole team of help from your own higher self and from others that are very invested in you on Earth, because you are the boots on the ground. You are the feet in the street. You are the ones executing a life on Earth. You're the one performing. You're here on Earth to be here, to contribute. You're the one that agreed. You're the one that's good at this. You're the one that's chosen to do this. So how do you want to then communicate with those people? Maybe they're not people. How do you want to communicate with those beings? And so I ask you today to think about that. Think about how often you communicate. Think about how, because in order to get help, it's super important. It's the only way to get help is to ask for it. Because free will is upon us. Free will is the deal on Earth. And that's why it's so exciting. The exciting part is you can create whatever you want. It's just that collectively we've created something that isn't what we want. All right, guys, so take back your power, steal your life back, and enjoy it. Enjoy it, because it can change like this. Ask for your help from the universe. Ask help from your spirit guides. Ask for help and surrender, because you'll get the help. You'll get the idea. You'll get the, yes, and the less opinions you have, the easier it is to work with you, Think of yourself as the conduit. You're the one taking the orders. They're like, because your higher family can see the forest from the trees. So if it is your goal to live your highest life, then you can take guidance from your higher self to get there. That is your free will choice. Otherwise, it's like a little bit like stumbling around in the dark, like this. Like, am I, what am I doing? And you could use up a lot of time doing that. So if it is your choice, it is the possibility, and it is the reality that you can ask for help regularly and go get guided very specifically to that dream life, to the reason why you are here. And so many of us, we feel, because we've had so many past lives and restricted in like the church and restricted in organizational religion, that we think that if we surrender our power to our higher self, we're going to end up starving in poverty, because that's altruistic somehow. Okay, so also think about your thoughts about, or be aware of your thoughts surrounding surrendering to your higher power. If you feel like you're surrendering, does that mean that somehow your life is going to go off the rails? Is that, because I've had that thought, like, oh, if I surrender, I mean, this train is going to go off the rails. And so I had to really come to terms with what that meant for me, surrender. And it's a process, right? All right, guys. Well, I'm so glad that you came here. I'll leave you with that for now. I'm just so feeling so much love and gratitude for you, and I'm hoping this is helping you. And yes, much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, guys.